Welcome back to Transformers Cyberverse Season 3. In today's review, we're taking a look at Episode 22, Journey to the Valley of Repugnus. Obviously a play on Journey to the Center of the Earth, right? This is kind of a weaker episode, maybe the worst in this season. If for no other reason than, if you know anything about Repugnus, you can recognize immediately that the bots here and the bugs are actually the same, and you can already tell where this is going. By the way, when the bots are escorting Bumblebee to the Energon party, you can see this big projection statue and the plaque on the base says Doofus. Seriously? It straight up says Doofus. Other Cybertronian writing I can make out says we're all something. I can't quite make out the rest. Another one says Vas Vegas baby, which I think is supposed to be Las Vegas baby, but for some reason they switched the first letters in Las Vegas. And although the top of the Energon Palace does say Energon, on the bottom it says pizza. I guess somebody at Boulder Media was hungry for pizza. Rewatching this now, I'm seeing a lot of correlations to current events. I guess Bumblebee should have practiced social distancing. One of the coolest parts of this episode is the fact that we get another Fusor cameo in this show. This time by the infamous Injector. I find it interesting that, like Grimlock, the Repugnuses are dumber in their beast modes than their robot modes. Which makes me wonder, why isn't this true for other beast formers in this series like Cheetor or Skybite, whose personalities don't seem to change when they transform into beast mode? So why do Grimlocks and the Repugnuses? I will say, this part made me feel sorry for the bugs. Especially when the girl Repugnus said she's not pretty enough. Oh, poor thing. Trust me, you are literally as pretty as the other bots because you're all exactly the same model. And yeah, so they destroy the transformation lock device, the bugs transform into bots, and the bots transform into bugs. Episode over, happy ending. But I don't get it. Why did Affluus have Technicus build this device? And how long have they been stuck in either mode that they seemingly forgot they could transform? I think that's why I really don't like this episode. I just come away with it with more questions than answers. And it seems like they're trying to say something about real-world classism or racism, which I didn't fully get when I first wrote this review. But after watching this again, and after all the Black Lives Matter protests, I can see the similarities. I'm sure that if this episode had been written in the post-George Floyd world, the message here would have been a lot stronger and emphasized a lot more. This episode is definitely hitting on some of the same issues that we need to fix in society today. The hoarding of wealth, abuse of authority, and most of all, the unjust systematic discrimination of an entire class of people simply based on the way they look. You know what? I'm upgrading this episode from being one of the worst to being one of the best. Like I said, when I originally wrote this review, I dismissed it as one of those after-school special type of episodes. The ones that every cartoon does sooner or later. You know, stuff like don't do drugs, don't take candy from strangers, that kind of stuff. And like many white people, I thought things like racism were fixed. But reflecting back on this episode with the context of all the protests in mind, they reminded me that bigotry and prejudice is still a problem in our society and needs to be stamped out.
This sculpture is a celebration of Energon. Built by Energon Masters for Energon Masters.
Energon Masters? Are you donating to the bugs? Seems like they really need Energon.
You don't give bugs Energon. If you give bugs Energon, you'll just get more bugs.
Energon Masters say we not smart enough for Energon.
Not clean enough for Energon.
Not pretty enough for Energon.
Pretty enough for Grimlock!
Let me go!
If we let you go, things will change. We like things the way they are. You will stay here with all the others who are a problem.
You can't keep me here! Wait! Energon Masters! Bugs! You have more in common than you realize.
How dare you! We share nothing with these big-eyed, dim-witted claw snappers!
Affluence made Technicus build this machine to keep you all apart!
We are all the same. We all deserve an equal portion of Energon. You can't keep it just for yourself.
And we as people, whether human beings or robots, we need to be ever vigilant and stand up to hate. It's not enough just to not be racist. We also have to fight it whenever it shows up. I hope that's the lesson this episode was trying to teach us, even if the people who wrote it couldn't have known what the future had in store. And I hope that's what you come away with from this video. Well, on a lighter note, that's another piece of Windblade collected, and only 4 more episodes of Transformers Cyberverse to go. Let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here for episode 23, Rack and Ruin and Ratchet.